Welcome to part 8 of the Forest of Doom. This is the last part of the Final Fantasy live read series for this book. We get to find out what comes out of that lamp, finally fight some DEATHHAWKs, and of course, learn how to be victorious in the Forest of Doom. So please, sit back, buckle up, and enjoy this last part. Stuffed inside the giant sack the forest giant's clothing, you find a brass lantern with a green wick. There's no liquid inside it to burn. Perhaps it's a magic lantern. We can rub it and make a wish, try to light the wick, or throw the lamp away and head north. Oh man, I still want to make a wish. Wick or wish? I don't think throwing it away is going to be very good. What do we think? All right, we're going to make a wish. We'll probably end up being foolish here. Let's say 34. As you rub the lantern, green smoke slowly starts to rise from the wick and take shape. It forms the outline of a fat old man with a bald head sitting on a cushion. His mouth opens slowly, and in a deep voice he says, "Well, what do you want?" You tell him of your quest, and he tells you he's unable to offer you material gain or wealth. He can only offer you personal well-being. You may restore your skill, stamina, or luck score to its initial level. As soon as you make your choice, the genie disappears and the lantern turns black. Throw it into the ground and head north. I say that we restore our luck, personally. I think that's the only thing that we are really lacking on right now. 231, and we'll get the luck back up to 12. 231. Ooh, look at this. Something we haven't fought before. It was a good call on rubbing that lamp. I was a little bit suspicious what that would have meant. The path twists and turns and then makes a sudden sharp turn to the west. Following the new course, you're aware of squawking in the trees all around you. You hear the flapping of wings and look up to see 3 large birds swooping down on you. Their beaks and talons look razor sharp. You only have to in a second into which to draw your sword and defend yourself against the DEATHHAWKs. Fight one at a time, and if you win, all right, start that rolling. Sassy's already got on it. She knew combat was coming. She saw the image. And Warpigs is, oh, damn, you guys both roll 11s? I don't think these, with only a skill. All right, so you guys killed the first DEATHHAWK before I even got to the page. Good job. All right, second DEATHHAWK. Roll its 2 attacks. It's got an 8. It's automatically going to be beat on that one. And a 15. Let's see. The next roll is, it's likely going to be higher than a 15. A 3 or higher? Definitely. All right, so Warpigs, you're going to be attacking the third DEATHHAWK, since Sassy finished off the second. Here we go. Warpigs rolled a 5, 17, and it rolled a 9, 14. All right, so it's got one more hit left. So I think Sassy's probably going to end up killing this one with the snake eyes. It's an automatic kill. Don't even bother rolling. Amazing. You guys just like... DEATHHAWK's nothing. 224. One of the DEATHHAWKs has a silver band around one of its legs. It has the inscription on it which reads, "Death awaits you." You decide to leave the silver band and quickly head west. You soon arrive at another junction on the path. Looking at Big Leg's map, you decide to head north in the direction of Stonebridge, ignoring the narrow path which continues west, 103. It opens into a small... all right, so this is the dragon. Want to look more closely? 57. Let's fight the wyvern and see what the flute does. 57. Yeah, so let's say that we're lucky again. Firebolt. This is 132. It's going to be automatically lucky anyways. I don't know if we're going to find anything different here. So let's. So 258 was the entry for the flute. All right. So you reach into the backpack and pull out the tiny brass flute. You have a strange feeling that you must play it now before the enraged wyvern. As you do, a soft and gentle sound plays out from the flute, and the quizzical look appears on the wyvern's face. Its mouth closes and its eyelids start to droop. You are playing a magical flute of dragon sleep. The wyvern is powerless to resist its soothing song. Slowly, the wyvern slumps to the ground and is soon fast asleep. 305. All right, so we already know, we already took the gauntlet and the gold ring. So I'm going to say this is a, we're just going to go to 360 here. All right, so this is the people again, and essentially we have to loop back around. So what I'm going to say is, let's go to our bookmark of 95. I mean, that path leads us to Stonebridge. We've only found half the hammer. 95 was the first bookmark that we set because we found that crypt, but we didn't have the dust of levitation. So because we're going to wrap this stream up here pretty quick, what I'm going to do is say we're going to let's just see if this is the right path. If the hammer is in here, then we know that we had to get the dust of levitation from somewhere or the silver key from somewhere, which would unlock this crypt, but I don't know where we get those from. So, but let's find out what 173 has for us in store. You take from your backpack this glass vial containing the sparkling dust and sprinkle it onto the stone slab. Slowly, the stone slab starts to rise into the air. You peer into the box and are horrified to see a rotting corpse lying there. Ragged clothes cover a skeletal body with loose flesh hanging from it. You have lifted the lid off a coffin containing some cursed undead creature and jump back in horror as you see the eyes flick open. You are in a crypt made foul by some unknown follower of darkness. Slowly, the creature rises out of its coffin and moves towards you with outstretched arms. Do you possess any holy water? Why, yes, we do. 58. You reach into your backpack and pull out the small bottle of holy water. Quickly removing the cork, you throw the water at the advancing ghoul. Thick smoke rises into the air from the burn marks made by the holy water on the putrid flesh of the ghoul. The ghoul appears to be in great pain, but through its wide open mouth no sound is heard. It crawls into a corner of the room, desperate to escape your goodly weapon. You walk over to the coffin and look inside. You are overjoyed to see, as well as 25 gold pieces, an object that the ghoul was using as a headrest, a bronze hammerhead with the letter G inscribed in it. You happily put your findings into your backpack and walk back up the stairs to leave the crypt and return to the path to the north. 112. So there we go, folks. If we'd managed to find the silver key or the dust of levitation from somewhere, then I think that we would have totally won this book. I mean, I'm not going to keep reading it because we know exactly where to find both parts of that. I'm going to kind of count that as a 3/4 success on our part. What would be interesting is if we could find that earth elemental where that silver vase was. I have a feeling there was a key in there, but we decided to smash it and unleash that earth elemental instead. And I have no idea where that was, which is interesting. If people are interested, what I'll do real quick is I'm going to try to find where we can find the dust of levitation or the silver key, and we can I can do a quick spoiler to see where we get that from. Otherwise, I think we're going to wrap this up. This is the Forest of Doom. Now you can spoil this for yourself, or if you want to, you can download. I think there's Tin Man Games did the electronic version of this. You can play through it on your own, which is pretty awesome. I haven't played that one specifically. I've played some of their other games, which are really great. I'm just going to quickly clear the chat as well. Interesting. Okay. That's just my local chat, not the one being streamed. Okay, so I was looking through walkthroughs. Forest of Doom solution. All right, so we got the goblin, we got the G handle. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there's a hut in which we must accept a challenge, possess the armband of strength, and take the dust of levitation. Now, there's also Interesting that we could also take the silver key after fighting wild hillmen. So I was wrong about where the silver key was. Um, that's interesting. It doesn't tell me page numbers where that stuff is, but there's a hut with an armband. Oh, you know what? There's an illustration in here. Let's go through and look some of this art real quick because it's pretty awesome. Who is the illustrator for this one? Let's find out and give some quick props to the illustration. Published in 1993. Dedication for Lewis and Carroll. Illustration copyright Malcolm Barter. Good job, Malcolm Barter. You're awesome. And so we're going to go. There's an illustration in here that I passed by a few times of a guy with like burly arms. I think you have to arm wrestle him. I think these that's the I Am Amber. All kinds of crazy stuff in here. Some crazy hillmen. Okay, here we go. He's sitting in the middle of a hut. I don't know where this guy is. Entry 99. He's bare-chested and is flexing his muscles. So if we enter the hut, 209, let's have a quick like arm wrestle with him. He smiles. His name is Quinn, and he earns his living by his arms. We're going to wager. We accept the challenge. 28. Yeah, we're going to rip his arms off. Beat him to death with them. 28. If you possess the armband of strength, we do. We possess all the things, right? We just have to find that hut from somewhere. He'll wager dust of levitation. All right. So that's how you get it. You beat a guy in an arm wrestle and get that dust of levitation. Or the silver key from the Hillman, which is weird. So again, these games are awesome. Definitely meant to be played multiple times. We did essentially 2 loop-throughs of this. We didn't hit all the right spots, but you know, this is how in 1983, this is how they provided an enduring encounter. Instead of reading this book through just once, you could go through multiple times, spending hours and hours, as we've witnessed, reading through this stuff. We've been streaming here for 3.5, going through with only one short break, and it's been super fun. There's the spoiler for Forest of Doom. I hope you guys and girls had a great time. I had an awesome time as well. Appreciate any follows. Thanks for the follows, both Sassy and Warpigs. I will be doing this again probably in a couple weeks. I'm going to take some time and chop up and do some edits for some YouTube series based on this as well. Any suggestions, if you're familiar with this franchise, I'll take suggestions now for the next book. If anybody's watching and wants to make a suggestion, I'd be happy to take those into account. If you give me a moment, I will throw out some. Hold on, let me just grab a few of my titles here real quick, and I'll show you what I got that we can read from. All right, I got more than this. I got a few more than this, but let me see. We got Starship Traveler. That's the next one in the series. That's number 4. City of Thieves. Pretty awesome. Portal of Evil. Armies of Death. Daggers of Darkness. Masks of Mayhem. I remember this one. Rebel Planet. Buy that for $1.75. Yeah. These bookstores are amazing. Now, this is apparently one of the best ones ever. Appointment with Fear. It's a superhero one, which seems pretty cool. So, anyways, what I'd suggest is throw it into the chat now. If you're interested, check out my my YouTube channel, which is linked on below my Twitch there. I've got Citadel of Chaos, which was the first book that I read through. If you want to kind of get through that, and it's a 5-part series, which is pretty fun. Each of the videos is about 20 minutes long, which is kind of fun to watch on a commute or anything else that you may have going on. Otherwise, we'll keep doing this. Keep doing some Twitch stuff, which is super fun. So spread the word if you got friends that you think that would like this and they want to join in. by all means, I had a great time. I want to say double thumbs up. Thanks very much. Thanks everybody for tuning in for part 8, the final part, and the conclusion of the Forest of Doom in our Final Fantasy live read series. This book was one of many that we'll be reading, so if you like what you listened to and what you were watching, please consider subscribing to the channel, but also following me on Twitch. Same username, iClorox. You can find me there, and we'll be doing a live read every couple weeks, just just for fun. And those videos will eventually make their way onto YouTube, but I encourage you to join the party. It's a really fun time for those live events. So again, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed.